Hi everyone, let's get started. I have some really pretty things to share with you today. So I went to the antique store and I found this little drawer. He has little strawberries painted on him and definitely a dated color green. And so I thought what I would do is start with sanding him down a little bit. As I was sanding, I came across this little emblem, Standard SM Co., which was for Standard Sewing Machine Company that was operating around the 1930s. So I thought that was pretty cool. As you can see, the drawer is in pretty good shape. I was thinking about leaving it this way, but the green paint I just couldn't get off without sanding down the raised emblem on the side. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to add some feet to our little drawer. I found these mini pots at the Dollar Tree and I'm going to use those, the smaller ones, as the feet. So I just take our Titebond Quick and Thick and I'm going to put a little bit of glue on each side, and I'm also going to add a little bit of the wood glue, hot glue, and attach each one of those feet. Once I get them all attached, I do set this to the side to dry a little bit so that when we move to our next step, they're not moving around too much. Okay, now we're going to take this Prima mold. It's called the Thornton Medallion, and we're going to cornstarch it, get some clay in there. Now this mold doesn't have the raised edges on the side, so I really had to think about where I was putting this clay, and as I pulled it out, I really had to do a lot of cleaning up, and I mean a lot. You can see when I pull it back that there's a lot of overhang on the edges, so I go in with my finger and then I pick up a razor blade and I start picking at it with that, and then I get a stylus and I start picking at it with that. Does anybody have any tricks for the molds that don't have edges? So now I'm going to put some quick and thick glue on our mold, making sure I get, because it's so intricate, I want to make sure I'm really getting around the edges so that it doesn't peel up or start to lift. Okay, so now I'm going to lift him up and just flip him over and get him centered where I like him. And I'm going to let that dry. And now I'm going to take this metal ribbon from Dollar Tree and I'm going to cut several pieces to fit around the wooden legs. So I just measured one out and then cut the next 3 pieces. You have to be careful though, because this is metal, so it is sharp when you go to pull it apart. Okay, so now I'm just going to fit them around, and I'm going to take some hot glue. Yes, hot glue. Now, this is Gorilla Glue, so it says that it's going to adhere metal to wood, so we shall see. So far so good. I can say that I've even styled the project and moved it around a lot, and it seems to be fine. Once I get all of the legs done, then I take the Heirloom Traditions all-in-one paint in Peony. I love this paint. I used it on a lingerie chest and I knew the shade of pink was perfect for this little drawer. I start by painting the legs, paying attention to the details on the metal ribbon. Once I go through and get all of them painted, I think I'll probably be able to get away with just 2 coats and not need 3. As we get into painting the drawer itself, I just love how it looks already. I think it is so pretty, and that medallion is gorgeous even though it took a lot of work to get it there. There's got to be a trick to those molds somehow. I'm just working on getting a nice even coat. I take the little brush and start to work inside of the details, making sure not to miss anything. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this roller and I'm rolling the paint because I don't like brush strokes. So I just want it to be as stroke free as possible, and this helps me achieve that. So now I'm just going to paint the inside and give it a nice coat, and then I'll again go back in with the roller and repeat the steps. And I do this for the rest of the drawer. Once I'm finished rolling it out, I let it dry and then I give it a second coat. Now that it's dry, I'm going to take some Rub and Buff in the color Gold Leaf, and I'm just going to dab my finger in it, dab off any excess on some paper, and then I'm going to rub each individual leaf and all of the details on the metal ribbon to help it stand out more. And I just continue to do each leg until they're finished the way that I like them. I don't know about you, but I really like gold and pink together. I just feel like there's just something super romantic about it. I'm working on the medallion now, making sure that I get all of the raised portions of the mold, and I accidentally get a little bit of the Rub and Buff on the paint. So you should omit that step from your project. Or you're going to have to go in like me and try to clean it up with a wet wipe, and that doesn't work. So then you're going to have to go back in with some paint and pounce it on to fix it. Now, it wasn't too much of a problem to do so. However, if you can avoid getting excited like I did, I'd do that. Next, I'm going to take 3 hardback books from Dollar Tree, and I'm going to take 2 of the IOD Trimmings molds, Trimmings I and Trimmings II, and I'm also going to use some more of my IOD air dry clay. So we'll start with putting some cornstarch into our molds so that our clay will release a lot easier. And I'll do that for each of the 3 designs that I've already picked out. After I get them finished, I just take my air dry clay and I start to work it in my hands to kind of soften it up a little bit. And then I'll start working those into the molds. I don't know that there's any wrong or right technique. I'm just pushing it in there, and then I'll take this little silicone spatula and I'll just wipe it in a downward motion to try to get the back of the mold as flat as possible. If you watched my last video and gave it a thumbs up or subscribed, I seriously appreciate it. Thank you so much. You really made my heart happy. Now I just continue creating each of the designs so that I can adhere them to the books. Because these molds have little lips on the side, it's a lot easier to know where you're spreading your clay and where you actually have to move it so that you don't have to clean it up afterwards. Although on this one I did forget to kind of clean it up before I removed it. Now I'm going to lay them out on the books that I want them on and just size them up. I'm going to take a razor blade and chop off the parts that I don't want. Then I gently press them down and get my Titebond quick and thick so we can start putting a thin layer on them to get those glued down to the books. I'm just being as gentle as possible with them because they are still wet and they are still delicate. And once we put them on the books as they dry, if you don't have them compressed or pushed together well enough when you molded them, then they're likely to crack, which some of these did, but I didn't mind because it had the shabby feeling to it and I kind of enjoy that. Now I'm going to paint them. The first one I'm going to paint using the all-in-one paint in the color Peony, and I'm going to make sure I get into all of the details, kind of rub that back with my roller, and then I'll put a nice thick coat on the outside of the book. After I get that coat on, I do go in and roll this down as well. And then I move on to the next book. And the next book I'm going to paint in the color Plaster by Waverly chalk paint. And I get all into the details, of course. I paint the front and back of the book. This is the only book I had to put 2 coats on, and only because I was using ivory on that really bright orange. This one I don't use the roller, I just use this little foam brush to just pounce out the paint. And then next I move on to painting the third book in Silver Lining by Waverly chalk paint. And I just think it's stunning. Now we're going to go back in with our gold leaf rub and buff, and I'm going to do the same process I did on the drawer to the books. And this really just makes them pop. They're just so gorgeous. I can't wait to create another pair, or set should I say. Again, we're just going to tap our finger into the rub and buff, tap it off on the paper, and then rub your finger lightly over the raised areas of your mold. I repeat the process for each one of the books, paying close attention to all of the details. If you're liking these projects so far, please give me a thumbs up or leave a comment, share with your friends. It'll help my new channel grow and I will really appreciate it. If I've forgotten to share something in the process, please let me know. I will answer any questions you have. Finishing up with this gray book, I wasn't sure how I would like the gold on the gray, but I actually really like it. I am super happy with that outcome and I hope you are too. Now the last project. Super simple. What I did was I took some of this metal ribbon, again from the Dollar Tree that we used in the first project, and I actually gave this 3 coats of the color Peony from the all-in-one paints. Next I put my pieces to the side. I take my stamp of the lovebirds that I found on Amazon, and I take this little teeny easel that I found at Dollar Tree, and I don't do anything with this easel. I love the way it looks with the little shiplap wood, the way that it's whitewashed. I think it's perfect for what I want to do with it. I go in with my IOD ink in black and I wipe back any excess that might transfer over as well. I stamp this on a piece of paper first before I stamp my project because I don't want the black to be too stark. So I'm going to hold my stamp with one hand and push around the edges with the other hand. And you can see that it comes out nice and it's not stark. I don't have to go in and sand it. Then I take my little metal pieces and I glue those down again with the Gorilla Hot Glue. Make sure not to burn your fingers because the glue will come through the metal. So then I put some glue on the top piece and I glue that down. Then you guessed it, I'm going to grab the rub and buff and put some more gold leaf on there so it ties in with the other 2 projects, and I just think it's gorgeous. I'm going to have to find some more things to put this on. After I get that finished, I want to add some greenery, so I just go into my stash and grab this little baby grass. I decide where I want it. I put a little glue down. I'm going to glue it in the corner. And then I decide that I'm just going to kind of drape it almost like a little swag. I just want it to look really organic and sweet. And then I'll go in and I'll tack it down in a couple places on the side. And now I've decided it needs a little bit of something else. So I'm going to take a piece of twine and tie it into just a tiny little bow and add that to the top. I'm just going to tuck these in. I don't want to cut them off. I kind of like the element of texture that it brings to the project. And I love how it's just kind of swirling down the side. So I'll just snip that off and kind of tuck it inside the greenery. And then I want to add just a little bit of glitz. So I take one of these teeny little rhinestones and pearls, button almost, and just glue it to the top. And that's it. Look how pretty everything turned out. I absolutely love it. It looks great sitting on my little vignette. I hope you love it all as much as I do. It really was fun to make these projects today. Thank you for watching and see you guys next time. Bye.